It was a big win that they really needed. Now they have a chance to do it all over again here at home against Orange County. But before we get into that, look at this. Opportunity after opportunity. Goals in multiple different ways, including PKs and then even a banger singer there from Jimmy Madronda. I mean, if there's going to be a banger, it's going to come from Jimmy, and just love to see it here if you're a San Antonio FC fan. And again, the best thing is that you're getting moving and shaking, and big part of that here is Jorge Hernandez.
Hernandez with another brace, 10 goals, second time in his career, a double-digit goal total, now tied for the fourth most goals in a single season in club history.
And, of course, not only a goal scorer, but a chance creator. He can really handle things on all sides of the field, whether he's in that striker position, a little bit more sitting back in behind in that center mid role. So Jorge's really that heartbeat of the team. And
now the question is, can they bring what they did away in Northern Virginia back to Toyota Field, which, again, this has been the biggest disparity of the season, the play at home versus the play on the road.
They've struggled, but I think in that last game is one of the first games we saw where they had really a full 11. They had a solid bench as well. And so now that they're getting the feel for each other as that full starting 11, you might be able to see that happen here at home.
Winless in their last 5 matches here at Toyota Field. It's the longest winless streak they've had in the history of the club. Looking to break it here tonight against Orange County SC in a battle for a Western Conference playoff race. San Antonio FC and Orange County. We'll have more on the other side. Starting 11 and kick when we return here on FanDuel Sports Network.
Is this where everybody is actually, is it back in Jameson?
Week 29 of the 2025 USL Championship campaign. Just 4 points separating 7 teams fighting for 6 spots in the Western Conference playoff race, including these two, San Antonio FC, Orange County SC, here on FanDuel Sports Network. And a pleasant good evening. We say hello from the broadcast booth with Katie Goodman. I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us. San Antonio FC, Katie, back home with some momentum after 5 goals in the second half and a win at Loudoun United last Saturday.
It was the big win that they really needed. Now they have a chance to do it all over again here at home against Orange County. But before we get into that, look at this. Opportunity after opportunity. Goals in multiple different ways, including PKs and then even a banger singer there from Jimmy Madronda. I mean, if there's going to be a banger, it's going to come from Jimmy, and just love to see it here if you're a San Antonio FC fan. And again, the best thing is that you're getting moving and shaking, and big part of that here is Jorge Hernandez.
Hernandez with another brace, 10 goals, second time in his career, a double-digit goal total, now tied for the 4th most goals in a single season in club history.
And, of course, not only a goal scorer, but a chance creator. He can really handle things on all sides of the field, whether he's in that striker position, a little bit more sitting back in behind in that center mid role. So Jorge's really that heartbeat of the team. And
now the question is, can they bring what they did away in Northern Virginia back to Toyota Field, which, again, this has been the biggest disparity of the season, the play at home versus the play on the road.
They've struggled, but I think in that last game is one of the first games we saw where they had really a full 11. They had a solid bench as well. And so now that they're getting the feel for each other as that full starting 11, you might be able to see that happen here at home.
Winless in their last 5 matches here at Toyota Field. It's the longest winless streak they've had in the history of the club. Looking to break it here tonight against Orange County SC in a battle for a Western Conference playoff race. San Antonio FC and Orange County will have more on the other side. Starting 11 and kick when we return here on FanDuel Sports Network.
There's no one key to game day victory. You need strength, power, agility, and a team. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day Sales Event. Toyota Tundra, built in Texas, driven everywhere.
Right now, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $249 a month for 36 months. Offer ends September 30th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, sports fans. I'm Jeff Davis. Going head-to-head with insurance companies is no easy game. It requires determination, gamesmanship, and grit. That's why you need Davis Law Firm on your side. With over 25 years' experience, our team of around 150 in 7 Texas cities has a winning track record of verdicts and settlements, many in the millions of dollars. And just like your favorite team, we play to win. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or commercial vehicle accident, call us at 444-4444. So if you want more, call the 4s.
I think we're out of tortillas.
We can manage, right?
I'm here without you, baby, but you're still on my mind. I think about you, and I
Well, that's Favor with our HEB Now order.
When it's got to be HEB and it's got to be now. Favor brings you HEB Now.
Bologna taco.
Get 15 items in as little as 45 minutes. Favor, how Texas orders in.
For 80 years, Goodwill San Antonio has been transforming the lives of people in our community through work. Because every time you donate or shop at Goodwill, you create real paths to career training and jobs. Thank you for making our first 80 years a success. Good job, everyone.
San Antonio FC Soccer on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. It's a beautiful Saturday night, final Saturday of the summer. We're at Toyota Field, San Antonio FC, welcoming in Orange County SC here on FanDuel Sports Network. We take a look at starting 11s for both sides, presented by Rico's for Orange County. Up top, Ethan Zubak. He's got 8 goals on the season and 18 in his 53 career appearances with Orange County for head coach Danny Stone in his 2nd season. And for San Antonio FC, pretty much the same lineup they went with in the win last Saturday in Loudoun. Santiago Patino got his first goal for SAFC since returning, and his 19th goal all-time with the club in 44 appearances. It's Lotería night here tonight at Toyota Field. And for more on that, let's welcome in the third member of our crew down on the pitch, Ashley Behavitz.
Thanks, Dan. That's right. It is Lotería night here at Toyota Field in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month that kicked off earlier this week. Now, all of the fans entering the field received their very own Lotería card to play along with, hopefully finding some winners at halftime. But for our friends at home, don't worry. Scan the QR code on the screen. That'll take you to a link where you can pick your very own Lotería card to play along. Now, throughout the first half, we'll be calling out these cards, and your goal is to get all 9, a total blackout, okay? Now, you want to make sure and cover the board. If you have that winning board, make sure you post at San Antonio FC for a chance to win some really great prizes. There are currently 4 cards that have already been called. The fun is already happening, so make sure you take a look at those cards, mark them down on your board, and good luck. Dan, did you get your Lotería card?
I did pick up my Lotería card on the way in, but unfortunately, Katie, you and I are not eligible to win here tonight.
Man, it looks like such a fun game. Like, major props to the creative team on that one. That's really cool. I don't think I've seen any other team do this.
And speaking of a fun game, it was a fun game last Saturday night in Northern Virginia. Really a fun half. 5 goals in the second half is the most goals in any half for San Antonio FC, and they also, Katie, became the 18th team in club history, or excuse me, in USL Championship history to score as many as 5 goals in a single half.
Well, I mean, at least it got done, right? Better late than never, as I'm sure they say. And what a great 45 minutes just to take into this game, too.
Temperature kickoff tonight, 91 degrees. Like I said, it's the final Saturday of summer. The autumnal equinox is upon us on Monday, and it really does start to feel like fall here at Toyota Field with the sun already pretty much down. No humidity out here tonight, really perfect conditions for soccer. San Antonio FC in their 10th anniversary kits, the carbon checker with black and white, Orange County in their away orange kits trimmed in black and white. Center referee tonight, Joshua Encarnacion, working alongside the assistants Ben Rigel, Max Smith. Fourth official is Melvin Rivas. As we get set for soccer here in the third Saturday of September, San Antonio FC and Orange County, they'll meet twice here in the final 6 weeks of the regular season, and we are underway along with Katie Goodman and our entire crew. Ashley Behavitz is well down on the field. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us here on FanDuel Sports Network. San Antonio FC and Orange County meeting for the 15th time all-time in the regular season. And it's Orange County who's had the upper hand, 5 wins to 4 defeats, 5 draws. The goal differential, though, is pretty even. It's a +3 for Orange County, 15-12 over the 14 previous meetings. SAFC hasn't beaten Orange County, Katie, since 2023.
Well, now is a good opportunity to do that. It's a team that's been plagued with injury. We've got a backup keeper here at the moment in Cadono. And so, you know, this Orange County team that has been so notoriously really good has just struggled in the last few games here. I mean, a last win coming from Colorado Springs, a 1-0 result, and a heck of a game against Birmingham, a 4-4 tie. But at the end of the day, it doesn't win the game. So it's a team that still has the ability to put up some shots and make things happen, but it's also a team that has been in constant flux and rotation.
Yeah, they're 1 point below the playoff line entering play here tonight, but as we said at the top of the broadcast, you have got 7 teams separated by 4 points fighting for 6 playoff spots here over these final 6 Saturdays of the regular season, with a foul committed by San Antonio FC, and Mitchell Tainer will get an early talking to from our center referee tonight, Joshua Encarnacion, as he upends the young 19-year-old Bryce Jamison. I said young, he's 19, but he's already played in 78 career matches in Orange County, Katie. This Orange County club, they build what they like to call pathway to a professional career, and what they have been all about is grooming players for opportunities not only to play potentially Major League Soccer, but really to play in Europe, and they've had tremendous success in pitching that to young players.
Absolutely. He's been there for 3 seasons with Orange County SC. In his first season, had 3 U.S. Youth National Team call-ups, and then, of course, that following season put up 5 goals, 4 assists, already has 2 goals and an assist on the season, so he has been extremely productive here for Orange County.
Now, direct free kick here off the foul by Mitchell Tainer here in the opening minutes of this one. A good opportunity for Orange County, as Katie mentioned, winless in their last 4. And the first test on Richard Sanchez is handled pretty cleanly. Coming from Stephen Kelly, the native of Scotland. There's one of the elder statesmen on this club, a club that is littered with a lot of teenagers, a lot of youngsters, and so try to blend it with a couple of veterans to see what they can do as Diogo Pacheco stays onside into the box, and then it's directed out by Orange County, and it'll result in the first corner of the match as Pacheco got loose there up the right side.
Quality hustle there from Pacheco, and you know, I think when you come off of a half of a ton of scoring, then sometimes people get a little eager for goal, hungry for goal, and that's exactly what you want to see here in the early minutes.
Well, they went over 550 minutes, Katie, without a goal in the run of play until scoring in the 58th minute there in the second half, and it was Jimmy Medranda who opened the floodgates for San Antonio FC, and they just did not look back en route to scoring 5. As Jorge Hernandez, the left-footed in-swinger, will open with the first corner of the match here. And a good ball bending in is cleared away as Pacheco looking to settle along with Nicky Hernandez over there outside. Mitchell Tanner coming back, and the offside flag is up on San Antonio here.
Unfortunate there for San Antonio, but you know, when you look back at that Loudoun game, people might say, oh, well, it's because they were down a man. But oftentimes when a team's down a man, they're even harder to break down and find passing lanes. And so I think if anything, that was a really great run through for them to figure out how they work as a team, how to break through really tight spaces. And you know, you've got this Orange County team, they're working with a 4-4-2. They've done well to get compact, but they've also had some issues and silly turnovers there on the back line and in tough spots of the field. So San Antonio can continue to really push on this Orange County team. They might be able to just get something off of a turnover.
San Antonio will take the throw here in the opening minutes. SAFC is looking for their first home win since beating Tampa Bay back on the 12th of July. Last time out here at Toyota Field, losing 1-0 to New Mexico United, including play in the Jägermeister Cup winless in 5 consecutive matches here at Toyota Field. It's just been a general struggle at home. In fact, I was looking back, you know, Katie, they've only lost 26 times at home in USL Championship play in their history, and 6 of those have come already this season.
Oh my goodness. And you know that adds pressure every time you play at home. There's more of that pressure, and it's so hard as a player, you know, especially when you have a team that has been as good as San Antonio has historically, to step up sometimes when you're in a slump.
Over the top, Jamison. Gamarais, good through ball, but the offside flag up on Zubak. Sanchez stopped him anyway, and then Zubak's rebound went off the woodwork, but he was offside.
Great goalkeeping there from Richard Sanchez. Of course, not taking any chances. Did well to read that play. If you have a look of this, great aerial view. What a through ball. Just having the wherewithal to place it. Of course, an offside call. Really easy to see it there, but then it's Richard Sanchez who denies it. Gets really wide, makes himself big, and then pops right back up for the second opportunity.
Yeah, he tried to sneak himself back onside there as you saw that overhead camera, but unfortunately could not before the flag went up here. A little pressure coming from Orange County. San Antonio trying to build up more on the keepers. Let's send it downstairs once again to Ashley B. Habits.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, you mentioned Richard Sanchez, and he obviously has the most appearances between the goalkeepers of the 3 of them, between Richard Sanchez, Daniel Nemani, and Joey Petroni. Daniel has 5 appearances, Richard obviously having 19, and Joey 0 in USL Championship League play, but we have seen him in other competitions. I talked to him this week about having such a stacked goalkeeper system, and he said that as long as the internal competition stays healthy, it's the next man up mentality, and it's going to take the team a long way.
Yeah, and I think, you know, there were times where Richard Sanchez could probably say he wasn't performing at his best level, and then opportunities arise for the youngsters, Nemani, Petroni, to step in and, you know, kind of right the ship until Richard gets back to the level that, you know, he knows he can play at being a veteran.
Jamos has been really, really lucky that he has some quality goalkeeper depth. I think that's the spot where when you lose your star keeper, a lot of teams really struggle in those moments, but plenty of depth to pull on from here. Nemani always answering the call and really playing a quality game every time he's been asked to.
Nelson Flores Blanco. And ball directed into the box. And a good turn here. And the foul whistled. And Cameron Dunbar, playing in the midfield tonight, came out with that turn And Santiago Patino whistled for the foul here. Let's see, Dunbar oftentimes will play outside and play more into the midfield center role here tonight as a little bit of a shake-up for Danny Stone. He's trying to find something, a little bit more attack, I think. It's been an Orange County club. They've really struggled to score goals here on the road. But for whatever reason, 25 goals at home, Katie, and only 9 so far away from Championship Stadium this year.
Well, sometimes having that 12th man really helps.
Sanchez able to find that one away from Jameson. But just 2 wins on the road this season for Orange County. Against 7 defeats, 3 draws, a stark contrast to what is a very good home record of 6 wins against 2 defeats and 2 draws.
And then when you look at a team that's kind of plagued by injury like Orange County has been, a lot of guys in and out, you see some academy players stepping into the lineup at times. A lot of times the hardest games to play are on the road when legs are tired, when you have guys playing more minutes than they might usually play, and just trying to compensate for the ebbs and flows that just come with every single season.
Now Danny Stone defending in a tight 4-4-2 here, really forcing San Antonio FC to find the channels out wide, not giving him anything through the midfield, and I think that's identifying Jorge Hernandez and trying to keep him away from the ball as much as possible.
Right. Well, San Antonio's midfield is really incredibly strong. We've got Jorge, we've got Nicky, we've got Omar, all handling the midfield there, and then working in tandem with Patino. One of those things that they do so well is that rotational movement in the middle. They keep it narrow. They work with Patino, and it makes it really hard to defend that. When you break down that 45 minutes, that last 45 minutes against Loudoun, that is the one thing they just stood out and did really well.
Saw Danny Stone. He was named the 11th head coach in franchise history back in December following a successful run as the interim at the conclusion of last year. It led Orange County to a mark of 5-1-3 over their last 9 games in the playoffs after taking over in August. Formerly in Phoenix, it's his 3rd year overall coaching in USL Championship. Another foul on San Antonio FC. This one on Mohamed Omar, back from representing Somalia at World Cup qualifiers. Omar was a captain for Somalia in that recent international window in the World Cup qualifiers, so congratulations to him.
He has been incredible since coming back from injury, just filling in the spaces wherever he's needed. Sometimes he's that central center back. Other times, as you can see here, filling in for Lucio Barone in the midfield. And you can understand why that leadership and why he's earned that captain badge there for Somalia, because he manages everything so well in the middle of the field.
Good switch there by another youngster. Pedro Gamarra is just 17 years of age, playing on the right side flank here tonight. Jameson with the settle. Dunbar working on Tainer. Oh, there's Jorge Hernandez getting tricky. And over the top, what a ball! And what a save by Ted Cadono as he robs Nicky Hernandez.
And then you've got Patino with the strong arm there, just so hard to break down. Took 2 guys just to displace the ball. But what a development moving forward for San Antonio.
Well, Jorge Hernandez, I know he's lacking a bit in the Golden Boot race, but he's tied for 5th in chances created at USL Championship. He's put together an MVP caliber season in San Antonio. Jameson going across the face of goal with that service. And Reese Buckmaster will take it over on the far side.
I think a big part of the reason he's not in that Golden Boot race is he missed a couple of games there from hamstring, and then he had a couple players down, so there's a string of losses after that, and it was just a really tough time to be plagued with injury right there in the middle of the season across the board for San Antonio. But all of those things make a difference in, the numbers that guys are able to put up and really be contenders for that top position.
Cal Jennings is the pole position holder right there with 15 goals atop the Golden Boot race with 6 Saturdays remaining.
I was going to say, Cal Jennings is always a name. I feel like he's always in the running for the Golden Boot. Such a quality player.
Appeared momentarily to be a handball against Orange County, but they play on. Pacheco, Patino, turning. Hernandez. Flores Blanco out wide. Well defended there by the youngster Gamarra.
Gamara is part of the U.S. Youth National Team 15 and 16 age group, so sky is the limit for him here, getting a starting spot already in a USL Championship team. What a great experience.
Ashton Miles, center back, also out of their Orange County Academy. They call it the next wave.
Got to start somewhere, right? And they've pulled a couple of guys from the LA Galaxy Academy, LAFC Academy, onto the Academy teams, and that's the goal, right? Is get guys from Academy and to sign contracts.
And what I love about their roster, it is just dotted with players from Southern California. They truly represent their area of the country, and I think that's great. You know, I think it highlights soccer in California, and they very much are a hometown club.
Right, and there's so much talent to pull from there in California. I mean, you've got all of these MLS clubs. You have, at one point, had multiple USL Championship clubs, and so I think they've got a lot of talent to pull from.
Buckmaster whistled for the foul. They're just simply starting on the pitch tonight here for Orange County. Ethan Zubak from Corona. Chris Hagard from San Diego. Gumarais from Aliso Viejo. Ashton Miles from Fullerton. I mean, just up and down the list. The keeper, Ted Cadono from Irvine. Nico Benalcazar, not one of those from California. He hails from Wilton, Connecticut, but it's been a big part of their back line this year, playing last year with FC Cincinnati.
Sticks out like a sore thumb being from Connecticut, I'm sure, but probably took a minute to get used to that heat. But San Antonio doing a really good job of being patient. They're still moving with a lot of pace there on that back line. That opportunity that they had not long ago was partly because, you know, Orange County took the bait and it opened up some passing lanes there.
Hernandez force feeding him the ball, which is always a good thing early on for SAFC. Edge of the box here, almost 3 collapse on him. And Orange County will keep possession, and they'll play it off Hernandez, and it'll go back to Ted Cadono, who talked about, Katie, filling in for starting keeper Colin Shuttler, who left the game 2 Saturdays ago against Detroit City FC after suffering a pretty severe upper body injury. He was knocked to the ground by one of the forwards for Detroit City, had to be carted out on a stretcher. And we really haven't gotten much update from Danny Stone on the status of Colin Shuttler, but a second straight start for Ted Cadono, who played his collegiate soccer at Cal State Fullerton and then spent some time back overseas in Japan as well.
Also spent some time at San Diego State University, was goalkeeper of the year at CSUF. So, I mean, he's got a lot of experience, different teams, different coaches. I'm sure that helps him out a lot walking into this big role. It's kind of a trial by fire to make that jump from college to the championship.
Always important, as we just talked about with Petroni and Namani, that you have depth at that position. It's a good run build up here for Orange County. Gumarais testing Sanchez, parries that one away. Tricky shot there from Pedro Gumarais, the corner of the box, and that ball sent in is cleared out. Right now, Orange County, better of the looks here early on. Ryan Dogman will settle. And that chance sent over goal. An update as we play along with Lotería as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Let's send it down to Ashley Behavitz.
Thanks, Dan. I know you can't play, but we can still have some fun along the way. 4 cards have been revealed so far, and I have got the next 2. El Guante is the first one. Those gloves, those pretty keeper gloves. If you have that one on your card, mark it on off. And then the next one is La Piñata. La Piñata. If you've got that one on your card, mark it on off. There's still time to play. Winners won't have their full cards until halftime. So scan that QR code and find your card.
Thanks, Ashley. I love this. I feel like a game show host out here tonight.
Absolutely. And not only a great way to involve the crowd, but those watching at home, too. That's pretty cool.
That's actually one of my, secret dream jobs, is to be, a game show host.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Oh, what a chance there by Dunbar, and parried away over goal by Richard Sanchez.
Orange County starting to fire on all cylinders here. Only in the last 10, 15 minutes, they've had some really good looks at goal. One of these being just that, forcing Richard Sanchez to really get up and push that one over. But again, Orange County with all the momentum and now a corner kick opportunity.
Gamarais, not the best of corners. Pacheco. And the throw belongs to San Antonio. Danny Stone and Orange County have to be thrilled with the start here. 18 minutes into the match. Controlling things here at Toyota Field.
I think San Antonio is hungry for goals, and so they're getting up and they're leaving themselves a tiny bit exposed in the back. Not too much, but what I think it is that Orange County is doing a great job with that horizontal movement. They're running a 4-4-2 and they're running it well, and so they've been able to find some seams with that. And then, of course, you know, you've got guys like Alex Cronali out of the lineup, so you're working with some different center backs here for San Antonio FC, and sometimes it's making sure you're staying connected.
And now really pushing up those wingbacks here, leaving Tainer and Suahi to try to build up. Soto coming back to help. It can be dangerous with the compactness of the center backs if you give it away. San Antonio trying to find something. Alexis Suahi making his 150th career appearance in USL Championship, the 30-year-old from France. It's become important here in the second half of the season for San Antonio after the upper body injury suffered by Alex Cronali.
He and Reese Buckmaster have been staple names here in the USL Championship. Buckmaster, I think, one game away of also hitting that 150 mark as well.
Flores Blanco unable to take it first time and direct it on goal. Nelson Flores Blanco making his third consecutive start after returning from injury.
Nelson Flores Blanco, Nicky Hernandez, Jorge Hernandez, they all have really similar playing styles and move so well off of each other. Always good to see them three in the lineup, and I think that's where you get a lot of that creativity happening. And that's another difference than we have seen from this season. You know, Nicky was injured, he made his way back, things started getting better. Nelson was injured, made his way back, and now I think they're starting to fire on more cylinders. They just have to really cross their T's and dot their I's on the defensive side of things.
Beautiful turn by Hagart. He's got some daylight moving upfield. Orange County now with Gamarais and Jameson. Hagart back to get the ball. Cameron Dunbar was dangerous from that spot a moment ago, and inside the box, one too many touches by Orange County. San Antonio trying to counter. Pacheco is fouled as Orange County's Hagart had already won the ball, but whistle for the foul by Joshua Encarnacion.
You know, Orange County doing a really good job trying to, you know, kiss up to the ref a little bit here, but looks like all is good. But what I was going to say is that Orange County doing a good job to just get in the right spots on the back line as they're moving forward. They have a couple of times made it away from their defensive mark, and if they keep doing that, they're eventually going to be able to get a turn and a shot.
Hernandez. Back to Suahi. Orange County commits the fewest fouls in USL Championship, just 286 coming into play tonight. On the flip side, San Antonio, 6th in fouls conceded at 361. Hernandez. Good ball to the back post, but over the head of Pacheco. Buckmaster will save it on the far touchline. Almir Soto. Flicked out there by Gamarais.
It's like San Antonio is just trying to find those seams, but again, something Orange County has done well is getting really compact. But if you continue to force that pressure, there's been a few turnovers that have really made them pay.
Well, the match last Saturday in Loudoun, Katie, changed not only with the player being sent off for Loudoun United late in the first half, but also the insertion in the second half of Jimmy Madronda. I was wondering if Carlos Llamosa was going to maybe start Jimmy tonight, but it almost seems like perhaps he's kind of found Jimmy's role maybe as a super sub, that kind of sensing where the game is at halftime and, you know, perhaps utilizing him as the spark that this team has sometimes lacked coming out of the locker room at halftime this season.
I think you're absolutely right. And, you know, for some players, it's better to build up that pressure and then also have a chance to see how the game is playing out and then get that direction from coach and go in and handle business. And then, you know, with Jimmy leading the team with 4 assists, just sneakily crept up there on the assist side of things. And, again, a player who reads the ball well, but San Antonio just letting Orange County kind of play here.
Orange County seemingly having their opportunities really to work with the ball. Ethan Zubak's got several touches. Dunbar and Jamison have been dangerous, along with Guimaraes right around the edges of the box here so far in the first half. Nothing to show for it in terms of goals, but the approach has been good for Orange County, a club that's winless in their last 4 matches. And as mentioned, they've struggled to score away from home, but it doesn't look like what they've shown here so far in these first 30 minutes tonight. And another opportunity for Haygardt. He kind of caught that one on edge a little bit and sends it over goal. But once again, it's a turnover and it's an opportunity. And Orange County not shy about taking advantage of it.
Right. They've had some good looks, but not really obvious looks. When you look at that 4-4 tie that they had recently, all of their looks were really obvious in the open, you know, pass it into the side netting. Nothing too crazy. There was a couple nice headers in there beating the keeper to the ball. But, you know, I think sometimes it's also, they're doing a great job of creating opportunities, but it's about executing those opportunities.
It's a rare giveaway there by Orange County here in the middle of the park early. Santiago Patino allows San Antonio FC to come forward while Orange County gets numbers back behind the ball. The switch over here to the captain, Mitchell Tainer. Tainer gives it a go from distance off the woodwork. Oh, boy. Mitch Tainer had that one teed up for a potential goal of the year candidate here in San Antonio, and the captain bringing this crowd to life.
If that post wouldn't have gone on the way, that would have in fact been a goal of the year. Look at, no keeper is going to get to that goal, to that ball, excuse me. Great stuff there from Mitch Tainer, and having the guts to take it from far out, to keep it down and focus, and then rally the crowd after that. Great stuff.
He's got 10 goals in his San Antonio career. That 11th would have made the highlight reel for years to come.
100%. I don't think I've ever seen him take it from that distance so accurately.
Second corner for SAFC. Buckmaster, they're wanting him to shoot. He does. But this bid goes wide. Basically saying, hey, one defenseman can do it. Let's get everybody involved on that back line.
Well, one of my keys for the game was to test the keeper. They've got a backup keeper there, you know, getting better as he goes. But the more you're going to press the defense, the more shots you can get off, the better. And if things are getting too congested there in the box, absolutely take shots from distance. I'm sure they probably heard a cue from coach on that one.
Fun one early on here at Toyota Field. No goals on the board, but not for lack of chances. And many times first 45 minutes here at home have been somewhat sleepy for both sides. But I think the urgency for both of these clubs starting to settle in a little bit. Again, when you peek at those standings and you just see the congestion between 3 and 9 right now, and the top 8 in the Western Conference make it. You've got 4 points separating 7 teams that are fighting for 6 playoff spots, and you've got 6 points on the line between these two clubs here over the final 6 weeks of the season. I mean, every point is just so vital here down the stretch.
Absolutely. San Antonio sitting at number 4 could drop to number 7 at any point with a few wins or losses, right? So they've just got to handle business, especially here at home when they have a really good opportunity to rack up some goals too, because goal differential is also something that could make all the difference if it comes down to a tie.
I was also going to say, you know, in normal situations, next Saturday night's the penultimate home game of the regular season for SAFC, but their success on the road has been, again, something to marvel at this year, so it could be something that plays in their favor here in this last month of the regular season. 4 straight road games coming up after next Saturday night's game away, or at home rather, against Birmingham Legion. Our final telecast this season here on FanDuel Sports Network.
1 minute you're starting the season, and the next minute it's over. It goes by fast when you're having a good time.
Ashton Miles.
Another thing about this game is these are complementary lineups here. As you can see, San Antonio working with sometimes only 3 or 4 or 2 in the back and getting a more direct offensive shape. And then you've got this 4-4-2 with Orange County. They've just done really well with the horizontal movement, and you can very clearly see San Antonio just trying to play through the middle mostly. Challenge is, in this type of lineup, finding that space in behind. As you can see, it's opening up right here.
Omar. Patino. Latenovic. No foul here called on this instance. Soto upfield. Buckmaster getting forward. That chance is handled there by Cadona.
It's a good easy read there from Cadona.
As Diego Pacheco let it go. Benalcazar given a free pass through the middle of the park. See where he goes with it. Out wide, Ryan Dogman, the native of Oslo, Norway. He's recovering and returning from injury. The 28-year-old, 19 starts on the season for Dogman. This is Cameron Dunbar as he looks in Zubac's direction. San Antonio on the counter. Jorge Hernandez. Good switch of the play over to Pacheco. Pacheco. Little daylight. Pacheco knocks it in! Diogo Pacheco opens the scoring at Toyota Field, and a 1-0 lead for the home side a half hour in.
Diogo Pacheco has been overdue for a goal. So many close chances for him. He's done a great job working in tandem with Patino just to find those spaces. And really, it's that development that started with Nicky Hernandez, the flick to Jorge. He sends it over wide, gets it to Diogo. Diogo has the incredible vision of the field just to go directly left, finds a spot, and puts it away. And again, this is the kind of movement and rotation that has worked so well for San Antonio in that last 45 minutes. You can see it carrying over now.
Diogo Pacheco with his 3rd goal of the season. And his 7th career goal in USL Championship. And San Antonio FC finding a goal here at home for the first time in a long time in USL Championship play, Katie.
You know, it feels good for them to open up the scoring here at home too, especially coming off that last game. And, you know, the thing is not getting too hungry and leaving yourself exposed in the back.
Shut out at home against New Mexico. Shut out at home by Hartford. Shut out by Lexington. Last goal at home August 2nd, over a month ago against Sacramento Republic.
Man, well, you know, this San Antonio crowd loves to see it. The support is unwavering.
Dunbar. Chance for him. Brought down in the box. We play on. And Dunbar looks to be in some discomfort as he remains down on the ground. Not much of an argument from Danny Stone. Cadona will pick it up. And Dunbar will get back to his feet, but looks to be favoring his left wrist there a little bit.
Too bad. It was definitely all fair play and great composure for Mitch Tainer to play that one out with quality too, right to feet of his teammate. I think it was Nicky Hernandez who got it there at the top of the line.
Gamarais, Jamison, San Antonio FC pulling back, allowing Orange County to drive up the field. There was good anticipation from Pacheco, although he drives through the middle of Haggart there. And the foul on Pacheco. It was good, a good read by Pacheco, just got there a little bit too late.
Yeah, great defensive read indeed. And either way, it stopped play, so which is exactly what San Antonio wanted. There was a little bit too much green space there, I think. Orange County would have definitely found quite a few passing lanes in that situation. You also had Jamison camped out wide, ready to receive that ball. So whether it was intentional or not, it worked out.
Long indirect free kick with Latenovic behind the ball here. Suahi heads it out of the box. Hernandez unable to keep it in play. Two balls on the field, and so we'll do the throw one more time. Diego Pacheco with his third goal right at the half-hour mark. San Antonio FC up 1 at home over Orange County. Zubac. Sanchez well off his line. Will get back onto it. Latenovic. And Haggart now with Benalcazar. Jamison. The run from Haggart here switched out. Guimaraes. Into the box. Zubac. Flag is up. Second time Zubac's been whistled offside.
Too bad. I think a lot of that was from San Antonio FC's defense reading that, making the step. I mean, he was a half step off. But when you look at that entire development, it was young Pedro who was making things happen. He was rotating, he was getting in the corner, back through middle, he was connecting passes. I mean, what an incredible talent and vision for such a young player.
It's only his 21st career professional match, and I mean, he just looks like a savvy veteran out there, the way he orchestrates things. Very composed for a player of his age.
He's definitely, I think, if he keeps at the rate that he is right now, he's going to end up on first team national team. I think he could make his way into MLS ranks. Just the confidence and composure for his age is not something you can coach. And then you talk about the physical development too, and how far behind guys are as they make their way into the pros, and he's still able to hang despite that. So yeah, I think sky's the limit for him.
Product of the LAFC Academy, named as a MLS Next All-Star in 2024. Went on trial in Brazil for a little bit last season.
And there he does it again, playing an outside back role, but makes a check run into center. And, you know, you can see why he has that mentality of, you know, you don't have to stay stuck in your role. You can move, you can make things happen. And that type of movement throws teams off because they expect certain runs, especially from an outside back position.
And that's going to be a foul on San Antonio and Reese Buckmaster. And what's interesting about Guimaraes, Katie, is that, you know, with Dogman returning from injury, Dogman usually plays that outside left position, and that's kind of where Guimaraes has featured here for the last couple of weeks, but now switched out to the right side. You know, sometimes that can mess with you a little bit, but he does not look out of place going out to the right side after playing the left here for the last few weeks.
Yeah, not at all. And, you know, a lot of times you want your right backs getting up. You want cleats to chalk. You want them getting up in the corner. But I like how he's reading the pockets of space there in the middle. I think it's helping slow things down for San Antonio. And you just don't really see that movement from an outside back. And maybe that's the beauty of having a young mind that's still open and malleable to things. And they haven't been overcoached yet. I know a lot of MLS players who come back and watch games, you know, they talk about the youth system just being overcoached. Everything looks mechanical. I think that's the beauty of Colombian soccer. You know, we have this Colombian influence here in San Antonio. And there's just a lot of creative movement that that makes for some pretty and interesting to watch soccer.
Cameron Dunbar. And whether he was trying to search out a run from Chris Hagart, either way, Richard Sanchez will reclaim possession of the ball. Even with the lead, San Antonio FC really in no position to kind of sit back and try to defend this one out the rest of the way. You're getting a pretty good push from the visitors here tonight.
They've not made this easy by any means. Doing well to win their 50-50s also. Double teaming in the right spots too.
That's another 50-50 win by Orange County, and it's another foul committed by San Antonio. I think Orange County's starting to wonder perhaps when that first caution is going to come from Joshua Encarnacion. Jameson. Gamarais. Stephen Kelly. The switch over to Dogman. Kelly looking for Dunbar, deflecting off Mitchell Tainer. And collected by Jorge Hernandez.
San Antonio's gotten themselves into a pickle there in that back corner quite a few times, but they've done really well to not mess around with it in these past few games there when they're stuck in the corner, not wasting any time to get it out. And so that's good just to see how things have developed for them over the season.
Soto. Hernandez. Hernandez will get it back from Nelson Flores Blanco. Mo Omar. Soto. Hagart holding him up. Play on. Soto. Cadono's there for the save. That's kind of one thing that's been a little bit different tonight. You talked about testing an untested keeper, so to speak, Katie, but we oftentimes see San Antonio FC do all the right things getting into the final third of the field, and they sometimes just get too fast for their own good. Yeah. And it's that last touch that has oftentimes averted them, so there seems to be more of a intent on not even getting to that last pass, that last build-up. If the window is clear, it's all eyes on goal.
Yeah, it's about the pace in which they move out of the midfield into the attack. It allows other teams to get set and compact, which just doesn't give them a clean look or a clean touch. And also, even the last pass to the final touch isn't the cleanest or the clearest either sometimes because things are so compact, which is a normal situation. So if you can move through the middle a little bit faster, and that starts with a little bit of pace in the back, things could improve there. Or start taking shots from distance like we're seeing. I'm not mad about that shot there from Elmer Soto. Things are so compact, like you're not going to be able to make your way through that.
Oh, Richard Sanchez climbing the ladder just over the head of Ethan Zubak there as he brings it down. Let's get an update on what's going on with Lotería, with our own Ashley Behavitz down on the field.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, the Lotería cards are getting full. I have 2 more cards to reveal. The first one, La Concha. La Concha. I always love a good sweetbread, you know? Maybe a halftime snack, grab yourself a La Concha. And the next card is El Pearl. El Pearl, if that's on your card, mark it on off. There is still time to play. Scan the QR code, pick your card, and catch up. Mark those ones down. Hopefully you're a winner, but stay tuned. At the second half, we'll reveal the final Lotería card.
Thanks, Ashley. As we get closer to halftime, San Antonio FC will earn their 3rd corner of the match. Armed with a 1-0 lead here at home. Boy, a win would go a long way here to trying to seal a top 4 spot in a home playoff opportunity in the opening round. Obviously, the goal just getting to the playoffs, but then once you get there, once you got that spot locked up, it's about getting greedy and trying to put yourself in the best position to keep playing through the course of October and into November. Hernandez in an outswinging position from the near stick. And a short ball. And Hagart will end up taking as he just drives it forward.
I can't help but wonder if the guys warming up there for Orange County SC had anything to do with that. If we know anything about soccer, guys, they're sharing words wherever they are. So, you know, if you have to back up into the crowd as you take a corner kick, I'm sure that's a tough spot to be in.
Hernandez, a rare untimed delivery there from Jorge, trying to find Nelson Flores Blanco. Guimaraes looking for Zubak. We'll get it back from him and we'll switch to break up the congestion. Latenovic, as Buckmaster wins that aerial duel over Cameron Dunbar.
San Antonio doing well that when they are in the vicinity of the ball, just to take over and, you know, win those. If it's not the first ball, it's the second ball. I mean, they've done a great job of just regaining possession, slowing the game down when they need to.
Game had a frenetic pace through the first 20 minutes, but certainly after the Pacheco goal, it has petered out just a bit.
Probably part of that is Orange County being ultra defensive minded in that situation. That was a goal that came from a transitional moment, just again moving really quick through the midfield, allowed Diogo to have a little more time and space to get a look at goal.
It's a foul by Almir Soto, and again, once again, you know, Orange County is upset, and there you go, right there. That's one of the new points of emphasis. You just saw Joshua Encarnacion with his fingers go 1, 2, 3, 4 times, pointing that Chris Hagart has been fouled, which means the next time he goes down, it's going to be a caution assessed to a San Antonio FC player.
Good on him for keeping count.
And we've seen that multiple times this year in matches at Toyota Field. Oftentimes, players like Jorge Hernandez, when he goes down 4 times, we get the multiple 4 count by the center referee as we get 1 minute of added time here at the end of the first half. And that's what Jorge Hernandez does. Oftentimes plays that role of pest and nuisance and someone who draws the defenders in and creates fouls. And Hagart fills the role similarly for Orange County.
Yeah, on one hand he stirs the pot, and on the other hand it's just a name people know that needs to be shut down. It's the same for Hagart, that if you give him too much time and space to turn, he can put it away.
Fike stays down on Hernandez, brushes away the defender into the box. The cross! Pacheco looking for a brace and takes it first time and puts it over goal.
It's too bad for Diogo, at least in the right place at the right time. Jorge always good on the turn, puts it in, and it's just that it probably hit him a little bit over the boot. It was probably more of a top of the boot or a shin hit over the post there. But as you can see, San Antonio's best opportunities come from those transitional moments when they're just able to find that space there and behind.
Injured Orange County defender Nico Benalcazar will get up, and we won't even have a restart as Joshua Encarnacion blows the whistle to end the first half of play. 45 minutes down, 45 to go. Diogo Pacheco, his goal in the 30th minute, has San Antonio FC up 1 at the half over Orange County. Some stellar highlights from Richard Sanchez. The goal for Pacheco, SAFC up 1 at the half. More to come here on FanDuel Sports Network.
There's no one key to game day victory. You need strength, power, agility, and a team. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day Sales Event. Toyota Tundra, built in Texas, driven everywhere.
Right now, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2025 Tundra SR5 for $469 a month for 36 months. Offer ends September 30th.
Toyota, let's go places.
John is having chest pains. What should I do?
What are they saying?
Lara says it could be a muscle strain.
No, it's not a muscle strain. It's like inside. What else did they say?
Your mama says it's probably stress. Walk around the block.
I can't even walk around the sofa. I can't even get up.
High-quality emergency care. Available near you.
For 80 years, Goodwill San Antonio has been transforming the lives of people in our community through work. Because every time you donate or shop at Goodwill, you create real paths to career training and jobs. Thank you for making our first 80 years a success. Good job, everyone.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
Welcome back to Toyota Field. A very comfortable night here in San Antonio and a kind of comfortable score as SAFC leads 1-0 hosting Orange County SC. Now, SAFC fans know best that this season has been a roller coaster of emotions. The team has been hot and cold and everything in between. This week at training, head coach Carlos Lamosa was asked what makes him the most proud at this point in the season as his first year as being a head coach. And he said it's the guys, it's this team and the culture that they've created.
I feel really proud. This is my first year as a head coach, and I'm really proud of those guys because, as you said, this year has been a lot of up and downs, too many injuries, but every single player that got the call, that player respond. That player did his job. That player make it difficult for me to make decisions on the lineup, on the 18, and even the academy players, when they got the call, they perform on the field. So I'm really proud that I can count on players like that. You know, we try to do here, with the front office, the coaching staff to build something good. More than a team, a family, on and off the field. Make sure you go together. You go together every single game, every single event as an organization. We look like a family. That's something that, and I think we're in the right path, so we're going to get good things here.
Just for the fun of it, since SAFC did the video ask.
Yeah, you heard it. This club is working so hard to create a foundation and a culture of family. And I truly believe that's why we've seen so much resiliency and fight from this club in this long, ongoing season. When we come back, we'll have more on the first half from Katie and Dan.
Spring water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. elevate your game. El Jimador Spiked Bebidas.
One more and steady scores! Gives Indy the 2-goal lead. Net's empty, diving header is in! Amir Daly!
This week on USL All Access, why Charleston and Sacramento dropping points is so impactful to the title race in the East and the West. Plus, Aiden Quinn joins the show.
His preparation has changed over the years, but the quality has never evaded one of the Mount Rushmore players in USL Championship. In his match, Indy 11 against Birmingham Legion on Sunday, 5 p.m., CBS Sports Network. Who needs to win most?
Halftime from Toyota Field. Diego Pacheco as San Antonio FC up a goal over Orange County here on FanDuel Sports Network. We say hello once again from the broadcast booth with Katie. I'm Dan. Great to have you with us. And Katie, I mean, really good first half, I think, from both clubs. And I think if you're San Antonio FC, you feel even better because you've carried over all the good things you did in Loudoun back home here to try to pick up your first home victory since July.
Yeah, I think they're realizing that they're best in space and out in transition. That's when their attack is most lethal. They had a couple of opportunities where they were almost able to put it away. And then, of course, Diego Pacheco seals the deal. So if you look back at it, these highlights show exactly what I'm talking about. A beautiful ball in. You got Nicky Hernandez with all this space, a great block there, but then there was a solid 15-20 minutes where Orange County was just handing it here to San Antonio. I think San Antonio eager to get up into the attack, forgetting that, hey, we need to stay compact and defend, but it's the banger opportunity from Mitch Tainer that had everyone out of their seat, but it's the goal from Diogo Pacheco that puts San Antonio up just one going into the half.
Yeah, and like what I was saying to you just before we came on air, you don't need the hardest shot. You just need to put a little English on it. Always need the most pace to get it past the keeper. That one beautifully off the woodwork and in the numbers. SAFC doubling up Orange County in shots on target, possession pretty even. The one thing that you might be a little concerned about for SAFC, those 12 fouls. I don't mean the mind of the referee here in the second half.
Yeah, there's probably some talking to at the half, and they're probably going to have a sharper eye going into this second half. SAFC, they're a team, they pretty much lead the league in fouls season after season. It's their identity at this point. And so, you've got guys like Hagart, as you had mentioned in the broadcast, been fouled already about 4 or 5 times, so whoever fouls him next is probably going to get booked, but we'll have to see. I think really it depends on the way in which San Antonio is able to move into the attack, but if they continue to allow Orange County to play it, then that's where those fouls are going to happen. That's where they're going to get in trouble.
All right, we'll see. 45 down, 45 to go. SAFC up 1 over Orange County SC. More to come as our halftime continues here on FanDuel Sports Network.
Three nuns were driving through Austin and they got a flat tire. They stop in front of a frost bank. Next thing you know, a frost banker walks out and changes their tire? Hold on. This can't be real.
It's a real story.
And the nuns?
Yeah, they weren't even Frost customers.
Dude! You think I can be a nun?
Not a chance, sister.
Hi, sports fans. I'm Jeff Davis. Going head-to-head with insurance companies is no easy game. It requires determination, gamesmanship, and grit. That's why you need Davis Law Firm on your side. With over 25 years' experience, our team of around 150 in 7 Texas cities has a winning track record of verdicts and settlements, many in the millions of dollars. And just like your favorite team, we play to win. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or commercial vehicle accident, call us at 444-4444. So if you want more, call the 4s.
To throw the best tailgates in Texas, you need the highest quality beef and HEB certified meat cutters like me.
And me. As experts in all things meat, we hand cut and grind fresh beef 7 days a week.
Need a custom order for game day? We'll make the cut. We'll even tell you the best way to cook, season, and serve it up.
High quality beef and custom cuts. No one does tailgating like HEB. One more reason that?
At my HEB, here, everything's better.
We are ready to go here inside the Frost Bank Center.
Pair outstanding local food and drink with an incredible atmosphere and lock in your Spurs 2025-26 ticket membership. It's your ticket to game day.
For 80 years, Goodwill San Antonio has been transforming the lives of people in our community through work. Because every time you donate or shop at Goodwill, you create real paths to career training and jobs. Thank you for making our first 80 years a success. Good job, everyone.
1-0 at the half. San Antonio FC with the lead over Orange County SC here on FanDuel Sports Network as we take a trip around USL Championship here in week 29. With only 6 Saturdays remaining of the regular season, Louisville City, boy, they have been hot at home. Their win earlier this week made it 12 straight over Pittsburgh Riverhounds, but tonight they get another win, 3-1 over Las Vegas. 13 consecutive matches at home for Louisville City after getting 12 consecutive matches at Highmark Stadium with their win over Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Hartford Athletic winners of 6 of their last 7, and we talked about Cal Jennings. Well, he is the leading scorer of the 2020s. He got his 80th career goal, 3rd consecutive season with 15, and he got his 16th earlier tonight. They're up. Charleston Battery is 1-0 over El Paso, doing San Antonio and everybody else a favor in the Western Conference table. Second half action coming up when we return on the other side here on FanDuel Sports Network.
There's no one key to game day victory. You need strength, power, agility, and a team. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. Toyota Tundra, built in Texas, driven everywhere.
Right now, qualified buyers get 1.75% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2025 Tundra. Offer ends September 30th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Johnny's having chest pains. What should I do?
What are they saying?
Lara says it could be a muscle strain.
No, it's not a muscle strain. It's like inside. What else did they say?
Your mama says it's probably stress. Walk around the block.
I can't even walk around the sofa. I can't even get up.
High-quality emergency care. Available near you.
For 80 years, Goodwill San Antonio has been transforming the lives of people in our community through work. Because every time you donate or shop at Goodwill, you create real paths to career training and jobs. Thank you for making our first 80 years a success. Good job, everyone.
1-0 San Antonio FC with the lead. Second half about to begin, but before we go any further, let's put a wrap on Lotería night. Let's see if you're a winner. Ashley B. Habits has the answer.
That's right, Dan. If you are a winner, the final card that we are drawing, the final card is El Riverwalk. El Riverwalk. If that El Riverwalk makes your card a blackout, make sure you post it to social media. Tag at San Antonio FC for a chance to win awesome prizes. You can't win if you don't post, so make sure you tag them at San Antonio FC. Dan, I have to come clean. I've had a winning card this whole time.
Well, you too, Ashley, you are not eligible to win. So you are like Katie and I up here. I did not win, Katie. Although I feel like El Riverwalk is the perfect final card for Lotería
it really
night here.
is.
Yeah.
You know, just being here tonight, you're a winner. There you go.
Certainly with the weather, certainly with the result to this point. 1-0 SAFC with the lead as we begin things here in the second half of play. Katie, you were taking a look at Reese Buckmaster, kind of doing some drills there before halftime. Looks like he's okay, and he's going to continue here to start the second half, but you were wondering if he might be bothered by something, and that might be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, maybe there wasn't a knock or something. You know, sometimes when they've got guys running drills on their way out, it's just to make sure that they have the same burst of speed, even if they're working through something. And so I just had kind of noticed that happening as they were coming out. Had a couple of other guys warming up and running those drills as well, but he looked to be pretty good to me when I saw him run that drill. So good enough to hang around a little bit longer at least.
And so no changes for either side. So again, where SAFC, they were down a goal last Saturday at Loudoun, and it was Jimmy Medrondo who came in at halftime, kind of changed the spark. Carlos Simosa likes what he sees so far, keeps the same 11 out there, same 11 for Danny Stone in Orange County. We'll see what adjustments come for either side as we begin things here in the second half of play, along with Ashley B. Habits, Katie Goodman, our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. San Antonio up a goal here at the half. Second half to begin here over Orange County. SAFC, they have not beaten Orange County since a victory on the 23rd of September 2023, almost exactly 2 years ago to the day.
It always has felt like a team that's been such a rival for San Antonio, always a thorn in their side, even going back to the 2022 season where they were battling it out for the championship.
You lost in the 2021 playoffs to Orange County. That was in the Western Conference final, and Orange County ended up going on, and of course was that unbelievable upset. They went to Tampa Bay and knocked off Tampa Bay Rowdies in the USL Championship final, and that was all on the strength of Ronaldo Damas. That was really his breakout game to the world with a brace in that final as Orange County stunning and upsetting Tampa Bay.
Those are the guys you keep around, the ones who, you know, show up when you need them, make things happen. Patino, that guy for San Antonio, leading San Antonio FC history, 9 goals in postseason play. Just that guy who really steps up. If San Antonio can make their way into playoffs, you can see he's starting to really build his minutes here. He's going to be one of those guys once again, I'm sure.
A little heavy from Haggart that time. San Antonio FC on the counter. Plenty of room for Santiago Patino. That's the run through for Nicky Hernandez! And Nicky Hernandez drives it home! And an early birthday present for Hernandez, who turns 27 tomorrow. Happy early birthday, Nicky. San Antonio up 2.
What an absolute birthday surprise. Incredible stuff from top to bottom for San Antonio. First off, forcing that turnover. It's that pass in from Patino that makes it a perfect opportunity there for Nicky Hernandez. This is the kind of stuff that gets fans excited because San Antonio is moving in perfect synergy now, and you can see it starting the half off so strong. They've got plenty of time to put away another.
It's his first goal of the season, in his 22nd appearance and his 3rd career goal with San Antonio FC. Nicky Hernandez, in the 47th minute, doubles the lead for the home side.
It's really felt like a matter of time, even in the first half. Nicky has been in all the right spots, whether it's a flick on into space, for Diogo to run onto, or just having that one close call there in the first half. And so now Nicky finally getting his flowers, has battled injury this season and still now on top and has a goal on the stat sheet.
And one of the more impressive stats for SAFC over the years dating back to 2022, they have won 42 of the last 56 matches in which they've scored multiple goals. And in the driver's seat here, up 2 at home over Orange County. Orange County now with a chance after a giveaway, and it's Bryce Jamieson. Enters the box, Jamieson trying to slip one past Richard Sanchez. Sanchez keeps it out. It'll be a corner here.
A good stand up there from Alexi Sawahi, and then Richard Sanchez there to close the gap. That's where that experience as a goalkeeper comes in. Just really good off his line, really strong, confident in his decisions, has allowed him to keep that starting spot through it all.
Santiago Patino picking up his first assistance, returning to the club, assisting on the goal by Nicky Hernandez. As Guimaraes, the left-footed in-swinger here on this service. Another low delivery. That's the second time we've seen that from Guimaraes.
You've seen a couple of those from both sides, I would say. Just lower-driven ball.
Guimaraes volleys it along Dunbar. Turning on that one as it was on edge and drives it up into section 116.
I think it's another situation where Orange County also working through that congestion there from San Antonio FC, just trying to have a quick trigger, take a shot off anytime you get the chance, because you're not going to get many here.
Orange County will take it on a throw. And certainly the next 10 minutes pretty critical here for both sides. If Orange County can pull one back here and at least keep the pressure on San Antonio in the final half hour. Zubak searching out Dogman there. Gamarai's and a little bit beyond Ryan Dogman's reach.
A little bit too much oomph on it there. Got to get your head back in the game. Sometimes it's tough. You've got a couple of rough touches back to back. Just got to forget about it and move on. But yeah, no doubt that a comeback is a possibility. A 4-4 result against Birmingham. It's just one goal after the other on both sides. So if you give them space, they can make you pay for it. And what is it that we say? 2-0 is the worst lead in soccer.
Kelly's shot block. Can Sanchez save it? He can before it crosses the byline.
You can already see San Antonio's system opening up. Of course, they're on the offensive here, but even on the defense, they still got to mind their P's and Q's.
Dogman. Cadono. And dangerously out of position after Patino intercepted his clearance. Just tried to flick it back in the direction of goal. Cadono able to get back.
I think he might have been trying to lob it over the keeper there too, but he had a shove just right before hitting it.
I'm often surprised with how aggressive Richard Sanchez plays in goal for SAFC, that there aren't more attempts to chip him.
Seriously, I mean, he really does play like another center back, sometimes so high up the field and off his line that it makes you wonder. He hasn't been as daring lately, though. He really kind of chilled out. I think a lot of that was just conversation on defense, too, of who's going to take what.
Dunbar, back post. It's a little rough there for Dogman as it's directed out.
Because at the end of the day, going back to Richard Sanchez, you don't want your keeper to have to be that high off his line to challenge a 1v1 with his feet. So it's really doing better for the 10 field players to not get him there.
You can't give Dogman a bone there as it's across the touchline and a giveaway there by Orange County. Ryan Dogman, the armband wearer, is the captain for this Orange County club, as we mentioned. The veteran, 10th professional season, 28 years of age.
Leads the team with 42 crosses, second with 19 chances created. I mean, veteran stats for sure.
Kelly with the switch. Jameson running there on Flores Blanco. The trailer is Benalcazar! What a golazo from Nico Benalcazar! And Orange County is on the board! How about the pace of that shot by the defender? Benalcazar, his fourth goal in the 54th minute.
That's quite possibly goal of the game here. I mean, the amount of pace on that shot, Nico Benalcazar just getting in the right spot. And again, it's this team that you just can't give that kind of space to. They'll make you pay for it. And quite probably the best goal that we've seen from Orange County in the past 3 games.
Well, like we said, the next 10 minutes were going to be critical because it was Orange County. Could they find something to pull themselves back within one and make this interesting here over the last half hour? Or would San Antonio just kind of, grind this game out away from the visitors and walk away with the 3 points, and we've got ourselves a match here over the final 35 minutes for sure.
Well, I know I sound like a broken record when I say 2-0 is the worst lead in soccer, but that's exactly why. You get comfortable, you get hungry for more goals, you leave yourself open and exposed, and he just had all the time to wind up and put the power behind it. But regardless, it was an incredible goal that no keeper was going to get to. So good on him keeping that on frame and just putting it in the top bin.
9th career goal for the defender, Nico Benalcazar, who, as we mentioned, he spent time with FC Cincinnati in their MLS Next Pro side, Cincinnati 2 last season.
Benalcazar also was a teammate there at FC Cincinnati with Pinto, Malik Pinto, and so it's just good to have people that you've grown up playing with.
Dunbar, Zubak in the box. Well done there, coming back as Mohamed Omar interrupted his progression to the net. It results in a corner, 3rd one of the match coming up for Orange County.
You can see Richard Sanchez trying to hype up San Antonio, just looking a little bit flat-footed, almost defeated here in these past few minutes. Got to pick your head up and put away another if you really want to stay in this game. Took a minute to get set there.
Better service to the back post this time. That's headed on frame and a big-time save by Richard Sanchez.
Incredible read there from Sanchez. Even through traffic, the footwork, able to get to it.
It was Ashton Miles who was able to get on the end of that one. And all started with a better service there from the corner that time, getting over several of the defenders and finding the head of Ashton Miles. And now Pacheco. Patino a little heavy on the touch, and Cadona able to come up with it. There was Miles there shadowing Santiago Patino, preventing him from getting any further.
Handling things on both sides of the field there.
Hagart again. Nicky Hernandez, I think, was watchful of the fact that not to bring Hagart down. It allows Jamison to get forward. Bryce Jamison, Gamarais, Benalcazar. You know he likes it from there. Hagart. Dogman, laying it off the head of Pacheco. Hagart, oh, nice find. Dogman. Well defended that time. As Pacheco playing both sides of the pitch.
San Antonio really allowing Orange County to play at them too, giving them lots of space in the midfield.
Jamison concedes possession. Almost an hour into the match, and neither coach has signaled toward his bench of substitutes at this point. Good little run here by Latinovic. Good switch there. Jamison, edge of the box. Jamison shot blocked. Oh, it looked like the Orange County player was fouled right at the spot, going for the rebound, and San Antonio FC might have gotten away with one.
We have to see that one back, but it did look like a stab from behind.
And it was Hagart, who supposedly has got a target on his back.
I think you can say that for any game, considering what he's done, but let's look back at this here. He's going for it.
Oh, certainly. I think San Antonio FC gets potentially away with one.
I think because he reached between his legs to hit the ball and didn't hit him specifically, that he can't get away with it. But yeah, it was a little bit of a nudge in the box and he fell as a result. But as long as you're not blatantly clipping ankles or, you know, football tackling someone in the box, then it's not a foul there. But it was close.
A half hour hour remaining in this match. San Antonio FC up a goal at home, 2-1 over Orange County. But it's been the goal by Orange County that has brought out the best of the visitors here. And another chance with Cameron Dunbar using his speed. Dunbar trying to search out Dogman. Instead, it's Haggart. Haggart just trying to force the issue there. And he lost possession.
Beautiful tackle from Nicky Hernandez. I mean, if you play that back and you get real tight and close on that, he slid in and used his heel and then got out of the way of the player so that it wasn't a foul. That is really hard to do in the moment.
So that was Latenovic who went down, and it was something of a dangerous situation where Latenovic looked like he was perhaps suffering a pretty significant injury. And so the referee Encarnacion blows the whistle on the play. You can kind of see, looks like he might have hyperextended that right knee there.
On the landing for sure.
And so Latenovic draws attention. The fans were not happy because San Antonio FC had possession of the ball in the attacking third of the field, but the potential significant injury to Latenovic, who gets up and walks off and looks to be okay here.
He's walking fine right now, but sometimes it's when you burst in a sprint that you feel those little muscles that you don't think about until you land weird and tweak them, you know? So good to see him up and walking, but he's going to have to put some ice on that leg for sure after this.
San Antonio FC Soccer on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. So just about a half hour remaining here in this one. San Antonio FC up a goal. But since the goal by Benalcazar, it's been the visitors who have been on their front foot. Orange County now with the edge in shots, 11-10. 5-5 of the shots on target. Mohamed Omar off the reset with San Antonio. Establishing here in the final third. Latenovic will be let back on as soon as Orange County perhaps gains possession, but instead we're going to get a free kick opportunity as Hernandez made the turn. And so now Latenovic will be let back on, but San Antonio FC is going to have a juicy free kick. But before we get to that, let's send it downstairs once again to Ashley B. Habits.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, this week on social, you might have seen it. The team was asked, what do they prefer, grass or turf? Obviously, after coming off of Loudon and the turf facility. It looks like there might be some action on the grass right now. Now that we're talking about it.
That's Mohamed Omar, who gave a two-handed shove. And obviously something was said that Mohamed Omar did not appreciate. And let's see what happens here. Let's see how Joshua Encarnacion rules.
You know, wouldn't it be an SAFC match if there wasn't some sort of drama? It would be strange if there wasn't at this point. But on a set piece, come on.
So here come the captains now. Omar and Haggart will shake hands. Tainer went over to the referee. Show of sportsmanship.
That's some good refereeing, you know. Trying to take a look back at the push here, and
yeah, so it was Haggart who instigated, and we saw more of
a retaliation.
The retaliation. So referee allows them to escape unscathed. Hang tight, Ashley. We'll get back to you on the turf and grass here in just a second.
Chaotic nature of soccer.
Meanwhile, this is a potential chaotic situation for Orange County, who's really been in the driver's seat over the last 10 minutes since their goal. But now it's San Antonio FC with a unbelievable opportunity from about 20 yards out. See Omar and Hernandez. Jorge Hernandez! That magic left foot is magical again, and it's goal number 11 for Jorge Hernandez, and San Antonio FC's back up by 2.
So many guys on this team could have gone to that free kick spot. It was Jorge Hernandez. He leads the team in goals. They trust him to make it happen, and he made it look easy. Just having a look back at it, perfect placement, just out of reach there of Cadono. And it's like he's done this a million times before. At least you could say 10 times to be exact before.
Well, with that goal, Jorge Hernandez ties Nathan and Ever Guzman for second most in a single season in San Antonio FC history. Nathan had 11 in 2021, and Ever Guzman had 11 back in 2018. And we get our first substitutes for Orange County after that goal, as Mohamed War will come on for Bryce Jamison. And Tristan Traeger will also enter the match as well for Orange County. You see Traeger wearing number 10, 21 goals in his USL Championship career. He comes on for Ashton Miles, and Mohamed War on for Bryce Jamison. San Antonio FC not done. Hernandez unable to get it back to Santiago Patino, and Orange County able to send it out.
You know how they say in basketball, and if you're having a scoring drought, sometimes you just need to feel the swoosh of the net. I feel like that's what that Loudon game was for San Antonio FC. They just needed to see that ball hit the back of the net. They needed to feel the connection in the team, and it has 100% carried over here in this Orange County game.
And for Orange County, that's now 12 goals conceded in their last 4 matches.
And it's really tough because, you know, they've done well in the run of play for the most part. It's just a few times getting exposed in the back, but really not any silly turnovers or blunders to earn these goals. It's just San Antonio has done a great job of finding the space and getting in behind.
Hagar. Benalcazar upfield. First touch for Tristan Traeger. Looking into the box there, and Mitchell Tainer will direct that one out. Another corner here for Orange County. Will be their 4th one of the evening. 3-1 San Antonio following the goal off the set piece by Jorge Hernandez. Orange County had an answer after the Nicky Hernandez goal. They find potentially another answer here. Katie, you talked about scoring 4 goals just a few weeks ago against Birmingham Legion, so a club that can certainly find the back of the net, especially when needed. That chance never came through. And Tainer, who I believe blocked that shot from Ryan Dogman, is the one down on the field.
I would have to see that back. It was all quite a scramble there in that mix-up. You see Richard Sanchez having some words with these guys and the ref about it, but not often you see Mitch Tainer down for that long. Here it is, and it's headed out.
It's the same. We saw that a few weeks ago, Katie, where you kind of catch it on the wrong part of the head. And I believe it was Mitchell Tainer as well. And
it hurts, and it can absolutely cause a concussion. And I'm saying that as someone who that's happened to. You know, there's a reason they teach you to head it at the hairline, but he was doing what he could and to deny that one and just putting his body on the line per usual, but really hoping that it doesn't get to that for him, but it does shake your brain in your skull when stuff like that happens, or if you get a knock in the temple or behind the head, any of that.
So a lot of bite on that shot there from Ryan Dogman, but Mitchell Tainer is back to his sitting position here as he collects himself.
Dogman not in the doghouse for that one.
And they'll go through the concussion protocol on the field here. And the athletic trainer, Jesse Lawrence.
Good opportunity to hydrate too. Even though weather wasn't nearly as hot today, things are starting to cool down in San Antonio, which is really early for being in September, but it was nice walking into the field and it wasn't sticky and hot. It was a nice breeze and good soccer weather.
Tanner's okay. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for SAFC. As alluded to before, next Saturday is the second to final home game of the regular season. Birmingham Legion on the schedule, and then 4 straight on the road. Colorado Springs, Tulsa. That Orange County match was rescheduled. It was supposed to be in the middle of August, but because of the Jägermeister Cup, they had to push that into September. And then the 4th and final match on the road for SAFC before they come home and play their final home game and final regular season game of the season on the 25th of October against El Paso Locomotive.
All of these in-season tournaments really add quite the load for these guys throughout the season, so good to see they've rearranged some things just to account for that. Mitch Tainer back on.
Kelly. And a foul. Suahi. Well, maybe the referees lost count because, again, that was Haggard who was the recipient of that foul.
Man, Haggard is definitely on everyone's list here for San Antonio.
Latanovic. The switch of the play here, Benalcazar. Had a banger of a goal after Nicky Hernandez put SAFC up 2, but Jorge Hernandez comes back with something special himself to restore SAFC's lead to 2. The set piece goal, the 66th minute. Benalcazar. Zubak has been in an offside position a couple times tonight. This time will hold up his run. And Sanchez will let the pressure alleviate here some. Patino off that volley there from Pacheco. Patino got just simply dumped to the ground there.
You don't see that for Patino often. He's like a brick house.
It was Cameron Dunbar who got him, and Dunbar's got the ball back. Somehow Dunbar ended up getting out of that unscathed.
Yeah, there really wasn't any ball in that tackle at all whatsoever.
Oh, nice ball in for Haggard. Back up top.
Reese Buckmaster just handling that back corner once again. Beautiful slide tackle. It's always clean from him. You know, that's why coaches love to have him back there in that position. Does well getting up, but even better when it's really in a crunch there in the back.
That last bit for Tristan Traeger going over goal. Malik Pinto has entered the game here for Orange County.
Really close call there for Orange County. Almost had a shot opportunity.
And a foul this time on Orange County. And a yellow assessed is Nicky Hernandez. It's dropped in the back.
Not good when you got a guy holding his back, taking a minute to get up. Looking back at this one, just a big old body check in from behind. We've seen quite a few bear hugs there from Pedro Guimaraes. And this one, he just hit in the right spot.
So Guimaraes here into the books in the 76th minute. His fourth caution of the season. San Antonio FC will go to their bench for the first time tonight as Harvey Neville will come on. And Kyle Linares will join the action as well. Reese Buckmaster will come off. Abdi Salim will also come on for Diogo Pacheco as we take a look at the game summary here tonight, Katie.
Beautiful finish there from Diogo Pacheco. Doesn't have to put a ton of pace on it. Just puts it in the right spot. San Antonio doing so good in transition when they get a little bit of space. Nicky Hernandez not wasting that second opportunity of the game to put it away. And then it's an absolute banger here from Orange County. Just handling business, and Jorge Hernandez doing the same on the set piece.
And so Pacheco's night is done after opening the scoring for SAFC. And Abdi Salim goes and joins that group on the back here now with SAFC defending a 2-goal lead. Mitchell Tainer. Tainer trying to serve one up from Santiago Patino. Here's Harvey Neville. Scored his first career goal last Saturday in Loudon. That's a good ball across the face of goal, where it skips by both Patino and Flores Blanco.
You can almost guarantee a service in from Neville there in the corner is always going to be good. It's one of his strengths there, is just perfect placement on the crosses and the corner kick opportunities. Almost makes you wish there was another spot on the field where he can work into that wasn't filling in for Buckmaster.
Pinto.
Things starting to get a little bit disorganized. I think part of that is just substitutions around the 77-minute mark are tough because it's the highest intensity point of the game as things only amp up from here. That's why you usually see a lot of coaches make subs around the 60-minute mark. It's starting to ease into it. So San Antonio working, I think, to get organized.
This time of the year, you scoreboard watch for sure, but you even do so more because of how congested things are in the Western Conference table right now. As Traeger able to win the ball. Orange County with Zubac getting an opportunity and a nice recovery coming back by Mo Omar as he directs it away from Zubac, and it lands back here to Richard Sanchez. Charleston continuing to lead El Paso 1-0 on Cal Jennings' 16th goal of the season. Lexington won earlier tonight 1-0 at Detroit City. Everything else 0-0 right now. Monterey, New Mexico, Oakland and Tulsa, Phoenix and Loudoun. Sacramento leading away at Widener Field 2-0 over Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Linares letting that one run through. It's Orange County in possession here. Traeger. There's Malik Pinto. Hagar. Dogman overlapping. And directed out by Neville. And another corner here for Orange County. As we come upon 10 minutes remaining in this one. San Antonio FC up 2. Service to the back post. Benalcazar will settle it back out. Lift it back in. Sanchez out of position. He's down right now. That ball volleyed and headed over goal. What a chance for Orange County. As Zubak was the last recipient and had an opportunity if he could just simply flick it down. But instead he puts it over the crossbar.
Really unlucky for Zubak there. Quite the retaliation rally here from Orange County. They've done so well to disorganize San Antonio in the last 5 minutes. Problem is he doesn't get up and over the ball to head it down. Ball goes up over the post. San Antonio very, very lucky in that situation. Zubak not a guy that misses often.
8 goals on the season, which puts him 16th in the Golden Boot race. Jorge Hernandez climbing further up that Golden Boot race, getting his 11th earlier tonight. Patino fending off the defender and then directed out by Orange County.
Not sure how that wasn't a foul. I mean, 2 hands literally holding Patino back as he was trying to turn. I'm sure he was trying to let him play advantage, but the advantage did nothing. Normally, a ref has him come back and take a set piece in that situation. But interesting how just a few subs really added quite the chaos to this game.
Short play from Hernandez to Harvey Neville. Jorge coming back behind him. Lifts it into the box. Cadono is out! But it's directed away from goal.
It's a great idea there on that placement in. Trying to go towards that backside of the 5 box. Not able to cleanly get to it.
Roberto Molina will come on for Guimaraes, whose night is finished. Guimaraes, the only recipient of a yellow card tonight. And I know we've still got 8 or so minutes remaining in this match, but I'd have to go back and look at the last time San Antonio FC was not assessed a yellow card in a match.
Yeah, I mean, you may have just jinxed them on that, but I would agree, you know, and I think the game has been so clean despite the ref really letting them play, and I think that's a testament to the quality and the character of Orange County. Besides that little bit of drama on right before Jorge's goal, it's all been a really clean match.
Suahi stepping in front there of Dogman. And that's the foul for Stephen Kelly, taking out the feet of Kyle Linares. And that's going to bring Landry Walker on here for these final minutes. He's seen his playing time really increase over the second half of the season as he comes on for Mohamed Omar here in these final 7 minutes of the match.
Walker's done really good to fill in the spaces where needed, whether it be center back role, midfielder role. Mohamed Omar, one of those too, you know. He's done so well to command the space in the middle. Yeah, San Antonio up 3, but this is really going to give Orange County an opportunity to make a comeback. Still plenty of time to maybe add another 1 or 2. We see the way they react when they start getting some rhythm.
Landry Walker was the youngest player to record a regular season start in club history as the foul whistled on Santiago Patino. It was that match on August 23rd against Monterey Bay FC. That start coming at 16 years and 100 days old, becoming only the 3rd 16-year-old to record a start in SAFC history alongside his current teammate Leo Urrutia and former player and ironically current Monterey Bay player Ethan Bryan.
Small world, no doubt, and He's been playing pretty much the whole time with a cast on his left wrist. And I just don't know how he does it. It's like it's not even there.
Zubac offside position momentarily. It doesn't matter as San Antonio will take possession. Neville. Three goals tonight for San Antonio FC, following up the 5 that they had last Saturday in Loudon, as that's off of Latinovic.
Unlucky turnover there. Happens to the best of us. Legs get tired. Sometimes you're looking up, you're thinking 2-3 passes ahead, and then the mistouch happens.
Not including that match against New Mexico United in the USL Jägermeister Cup. The last time that SAFC had scored multiple goals here at home, you got to go all the way back to the 7th of June in what was a 3-0 win against Las Vegas.
It's been a tough season trying to work through things. Again, they were plagued by injury. They're right in the middle of season. And I think this is just a squad that's equalizing here. Finding the rhythm, getting some healthy guys back.
Pinto's shot was blocked by Tainer. Neville stepping through. Walker with a switch of play over to Nelson Flores Blanco.
Once again, Orange County just getting set. Sometimes when working in a 4-4-2, first instinct is to go wide, but they've done really well to go forward when they've got that space in the middle. And I think that's just a result of what happens when they take the wide choice first. But interesting to see San Antonio playing a 4-4-2 in a really direct way, really throughout most of this game.
Live table right now has SAFC up to 3rd in the Western Conference. 1 point ahead of Lexington, already a winner tonight, sitting on 35 points. Birmingham Legion coming to town next weekend. Birmingham sitting 11th out of 12 in the Eastern Conference. Been a tough year for them. Linares. It's just over goal.
That Birmingham Legion game against Orange County, a lot of it was just some blunders defensively on both sides, and then within those defensive blunders just gave a lot of really clear, wide open shots. And at the end of the day, as long as you put away the open shots, then you're doing good. So I think if San Antonio just does the basics well, takes care of the ball, kind of does what they're doing here, find those spaces in behind in transition, they'll be okay.
It'll be the last cross-conference match for SAFC on the season. Everything else will be against Western Conference foes to close the year. Hernandez, Patino, punched aside there by Condono. Will be a corner for San Antonio.
Tough angle there, and Condono just doing everything right to step into that and punch it away.
Doesn't get easier for Orange County after tonight. Yes, they go home, but their gift is Cal Jennings and Charleston Battery next Saturday night. Yeah. Jennings getting his 16th goal of the season. Leader in the clubhouse right now in the Golden Boot race in USL.
That's a tough one, especially considering their last win was versus Colorado Springs, a 1-0 win. They've suffered quite a few losses and ties, and just a tough time for those results to be happening here towards the end of season.
This will be winless in 5 straight for Orange County. And the ball back here to Condono. And Orange County will get another shot at San Antonio, as you saw on the upcoming calendar on the 15th of October. Championship Stadium in Southern California. It's Suahe who's down and in need of some attention as we cross into the 90th minute.
Hard to say what happened there. Again, quite a bit of people there in that scuffle. You know, you talk about Orange County struggling here as of late. It's the opposite for San Antonio. Things starting to heat up, and a big part of that is just the creative players that have been able to return, and Nicky Hernandez and Diogo Pacheco. You have Patino finally starting to fire up. They've just got a lot of good guys back at the right time. Look back here at what happened to Alexis Suwahi, and man, was he taken down by the jersey and looked like kicked in the face. If that's not a foul in the box that's PK worthy, then I don't know what is. I think that's one that really ought to be shown to the ref after this, and this is where instant replay and game review would be really helpful for the USL Championship.
Boy, a rather healthy 9 minutes of added time here in the second half. And yeah, I know we've had 3 goals scored. And we've had the 3 substitution windows. But we haven't had a lot of significant injuries with players on the field here in the second half. Mitchell Tainer, I think, being the most notable, and he was down for a couple of minutes, but yeah, 9 minutes is a lot.
Knock on wood, thankfully.
Linares putting it into the box. Oh, Patino, whistle for the foul there, just gave kind of the shoulder check.
Here's the thing, is if you're not going to call it, you know, when it's against him, why are you not calling, or why are you calling it there? That's the thing, that a qualm a lot of people have with reffing is, okay, they let him play, but he's not calling it equally here in that situation. That same exact thing happened to him outside of the box. And I know the box is higher pressure. If that's reviewed by, you know, the ref board or, you know, governing body, whatever it is, then, you know, they'll probably say, yeah, that was not, you know, that was a foul. But he didn't call that throughout the game.
Zubak trying to bring down that service there from Pinto. Zubak applauds the idea by Malik Pinto there.
Back to the added time, you really only as a team need about 9 or 10 minutes to get that momentum going.
Oh, Linares finds his way past Dogman, but he can't find his way past Cadono, unfortunately.
But somebody pat Harvey Neville on the back for that service in. I mean, not only was it a bend, but it was a low ball. It was perfect. I mean, great service in to make that really easy for Linares.
Yeah, Dogman on a leash there in that instance.
No getting away from that one, that's for sure.
This is Hagart. Hagart! Fingertips there from Sanchez to keep it out. And a corner awarded to Orange County here.
And another really close call here for San Antonio. Feels like playing with fire at this point. They've got to get organized. They got to move a little more as a unit. They have patches of the field working together, but this placement in wide open, nobody marking him there on that service in. Really great aerial view of the field there. See the movement happening.
Nicely done by Abdi Salim to rise over the crowd to gather that one. Lifted back in. Fighting for it, Benalcazar bringing it down. Didn't get much on it. And Stephen Kelly will go deliver yet another corner here for Orange County. Just about halfway through the minimum 9 minutes of stoppage time here at the end of the second half. To the back post. And a foul whistled.
So many close calls for Orange County. You almost feel bad for them at certain points. Ward doing a great job just to cause problems. He's really handled that right side of the field since coming in. Typically a starter coming off the bench tonight, but always brings that physical presence and attack. actually made the team on open tryouts. Has already had 3 goals this season. Another California native, but went to school in Japan, played in Japan's 2nd league.
Yeah, was playing semi-pro with LA Force last season.
You know, sometimes you just need a place to land. You just need to kick around and have a good time and then realize, you know, I think I need to go up a league or 2 if I'm really going to challenge myself. So good for him going to open tryouts. Things can change in a blink of an eye.
3 goals this season, the 25-year-old. But his club, unfortunately, on the wrong side of a 2-goal scoreline here.
That originally looked like a handball when he was moving towards the goal. Interesting call there from the ref.
Traeger fouled. No caution handed out. I did look back, by the way, Katie. SAFC has been assessed at least 1 yellow in every single match this season.
Oh my
Whether it be USL Championship, Open Cup, Jägermeister Cup. Headed! Oh, what a chance there! Again, Zubak, who's had a couple of looks here in the second half. That one he turned on goal, but again, just over the crossbar.
Just unfortunately not his game today, but great on the redirect, just a little bit high. Getting up and over that one to really put it under the post. Just not having the luck fall in his favor here tonight. But it's opportunity after opportunity for Orange County, and I feel like I hope everyone listening is knocking on wood if you're a San Antonio fan every time we jinx them here on the broadcast.
And I think for Orange County, to your point, they had their opportunities tonight, and it won't be much consolation for Danny Stone and his coaching staff, but I think things that they found successful against San Antonio, they'll be able to use in the rematch next month between these two sides. Harvey Neville off the turnover. Oh, he just literally gets tackled by Haggard, and after a night where Haggard felt he probably earned at least 4 or 5 yellows from the opposition, it's Haggard who ends up getting booked here in stoppage time.
Oh, the irony. He's asking, how is that a foul? It was pretty obviously, blatantly a foul. When you look back at it here, a nice run into him and nowhere near the ball. That'll get you booked every time, Haggard. But, you know, it does feel unfair because he's been pushed around the whole game. No one's been booked for it, and then now he's booked. The frustration's building for him. You know, that's where that came from.
San Antonio FC in no hurry to get off this set piece. Neville just taking it down to the corner, and even when they're just trying to kill the clock, they still manage to keep possession.
It's always fun. Keeps things interesting.
It's been a long time coming for this Toyota Field faithful. They have gone over 2 months without getting a chance to celebrate 3 points here at home. And they are seconds away from being able to do that. Not something we say very often when it comes to San Antonio FC and Toyota Field, but perhaps this is the difference here and the turning point at the end of what has been a long season.
I agree with you there, Dan. I really do think that's a turning point. The last half just did what it needed to do, and sometimes that's all you need to do is forget all the struggles that happened earlier in the season and just lean into what's working, and they've done a lot of that here. They look more confident, more connected. I think where they might struggle, especially when it comes to playoff time, is with the substitutions. the reason I say that is because things get really disorganized when they make changes. So I think it's working on that transition and change in practice.
Andrew Walker, Patino, final chance is wide. And for the first time since July the 12th, San Antonio FC can celebrate at home. They take all 3 points against Orange County. It's a 3-1 final as SAFC has back-to-back wins and moves up to third in the Western Conference table.
Well-deserved earn and win here for San Antonio. It's the way that they played in space, the creativity, the movement, the speed of play. Touch was on. Everything went the way they wanted it to. It went well. And now I'm sure they're going to have a lot more supporters in the next home game now that they're back to their winning ways and putting up multiple goals, because that's what, the fans really want to see.
Diego Pacheco got it started in the first half, and an early birthday present for Nicky Hernandez, scoring his first goal of the season day before he turns 27. And Jorge Hernandez finishing it off with his 11th goal of the season. SAFC is a winner tonight. 3-1 the final. Penultimate home game for SAFC next Saturday night. The welcome in Birmingham Legion. We'll have it for you here on FanDuel Sports Network beginning at 7:30. Tonight, though, SAFC is a winner 3-1 over Orange County. For Ashley Bahavitz, Katie Goodman, our entire crew, I'm Dan Weiss saying so long. We'll talk to you next Saturday night. This has been a presentation of the USL Championship in Spurs Sports and Entertainment. So long, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.